Hello, welcome to your Global Fashion and Supply Chain podcast. Today, Wednesday, April 1st, I'm Sedat Sezer, breaking down the news and insights you need to start your day. Something shifted this week that we need to unpack. We are not looking at one disruption playing out across one market. We are looking at the same disruption, the Middle East conflict, now in its 32nd day, rippling through shipping lanes, factory floors, and consumer wallets simultaneously. And the numbers are starting to confirm what the signals have been warning for weeks. Let's start on water. Container traffic through Suez Canal has dropped 33% in the past 2 weeks. The ships that aren't going through Suez are rerouting around the Cape of Good Hope, Africa, and the number is climbing. At the same time, there is renewed concern that Iran could push Houthi forces back into active operation in the Red Sea. If that happens, and if the Strait of Hormuz remains a pressure point, we are looking at both major arteries tightening at once. That's not a scenario, that's a cost shock in real time for anyone moving goods between Asia, Europe, and North Africa. This connects directly to what's happening in Sri Lanka right now. Fuel costs are up to 35%, electricity up to 10%, and the government has to move to a 4-day working week. Their apparel export to the EU dropped 19% in February. Air freight to the US is running to $6.5 per kilogram, up from $3.85. That's not a rounding error, that's a structural cost problem for a country that built its export model on fast and affordable transit. Turkey and Sri Lanka compete for the same European and American buyer. When Sri Lanka's cost base cracks like this, order can shift to Turkey. But here's the thing, that shift only lands in your facility if you are ready to absorb volume. Availability isn't enough. And are you ready? I'm asking for Turkish suppliers. Now layer in what the consumer side is telling us. France is the clearest signal. Textile and apparel spending dropped 4.4% year-on-year in February, and the Institut François de la Mode has revised its 2026 forecast to minus 2%. They've abandoned their base case entirely. Current French apparel revenues are 14.4% below February 2019 levels before pandemic. That's not a weather blip. IFM actually cited record rainfall in physical retail, which is real, but the underlying trend was already heading in the direction. And the UK isn't much better. Apparel retail fell 1.7% quarter-on-quarter in February. Retail giant Next is warning it will raise prices if the conflict persists. These are Turkey's largest European export destinations, and they are telling us that demand softness isn't temporary. So, here's the full picture as I see it on April 1st. You have freight costs climbing from both ends, Middle East logistic breakdown, Asian glut pushing prices down from the supply side, while costs go up from the energy side. 180 billion inventory overhanging sitting in Asian mills right now is depressing price expectations, even as input costs rise. Meanwhile, your main buyers in France and the UK are watching their consumers pull back, and Turkey's own trade deficit widened 15.9% in February, the first concrete print on what economics are already calling the early war effect. There is a window here for Turkish manufacturers, but it won't open just because Sri Lanka is struggling. It opens if you can demonstrate speed, documentation, and sustainability readiness. Those aren't soft capabilities anymore. They are the admission ticket. My question for today, if an order shifted to your facility tomorrow, which of these three, speed, documentation, and sustainability, would you be confident about? And which one would slow you down? That's all for today's analysis. To make sure you never miss the insight behind the numbers, hit subscribe wherever you get your podcast. I'm Sedat Sezer. Thanks for tuning in and stay ahead of the curve. I'll see you tomorrow.